Holy cow.
What?
I
on the
am
ground.
Jacked up of all sorts right now, guys. Why? Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It is great to have you. This week, the all-county tour across the state of Pennsylvania. We are fishing Cumberland County. And right now, just like last week, we are picking up my cousin David and we will be on our way. This is pretty much from last week. It's a bit of last week's information. You want to try that spot right there?
Yeah, we
that
can do
one.
That one. Yep.
Okay. Heading up, it's about an hour and a half to the fishing spot. It's on public land, which is pretty nice. We have plenty of room to ourselves and we don't have to worry about walking over people's property. I know that this stream, though, based on simple research online, it's going to carry wild brown trout, which is kind of cool. It's always a blast catching wild brown trout. Other than that, we hit the road and have a good time. I checked the weather, and it doesn't look like it. It said Cumberland County had 8 or 15% chance of precipitation.
Are you good, or do you need me to drive for you?
I think I'll be alright, actually. I think so, for shit. Alright guys, we are about a mile from the spot right now, and as you can see, the leaves are starting to change, the fall is kicking in. I mean, this is beauty in of itself. If you guys are out fishing, be sure to take somebody out with you, especially during the fall, and you guys will have an absolute blast enjoying the great outdoors. Alright, so current situation, it is kind of raining outside. Stream is back in the trail behind us. We're gonna get our waders on and fishing stuff ready. Leave the big camera inside, bring the GoPro along, the waterproof GoPro, and head back to that backcountry stream. Maybe it'll get warmer and a little cooler and a little bit nicer out this afternoon, so fingers crossed. For this current video series, I'm going to be using an Orvis Battenkill fly reel, size 3 to 4, with a G Loomis GL2 7'6" full weight. And I think basically if we just keep on going on this trail,
That will take us there, you know?
I don't know for a fact, but
let's hope.
yeah, let's hope, right? So last week when I was fishing, I might throw some clips into that for you guys, but it was brutal. There was a lot of people. There's a lot of different things that went kind of hard on me. I fished for 8 hours, not including driving. It took me a little bit to get to the spot, of course, and of course back home, but this is way different than last time. Last time, I didn't have to hike nearly as far, right beside the road, and there was a lot of people. This stream, I'm hoping to get away from some people, going back in the country a little bit more, and go after those small, super small trout. There's a lot of times, you know, they might not be as exciting as catching a 20-inch fish, but believe it or not, I think they're just as beautiful, and for me, they're just as a blast. Dude, this is awesome.
Yes, sir.
This gets me fired up. I don't know about you guys, but you just get so happy when you're in the wilderness doing something you love. That's what it's all about. Foggy, the typical Pennsylvania weather, when you get all the rain, the mist in the morning, the fog in the morning, the cold air. Then all of a sudden, maybe you come down here, you see a couple doe or a couple buck just chilling next to the stream. How cool would that be? That's just, I mean, look at this. It just doesn't beat it. I can hear a stream right here. That is pretty slick. Just like what I said, remember the leaves falling on the water? You can actually see leaves inside the water right now. David, this looks sweet. This is like the ultimate tucked away stream, man. All these spots are so cool. Look at this. All these hidden spots. There's a perfect hole way up there. Okay, first really good spot in this hole. Wild trout stream. I have no idea if there's any trout in here, but boy, does it look special. This looks like such a good hole, man. I'd almost think there's a trout in that hole. You got one? Oh, dude, what? Is that a trout? No? Oh, that's so funny. Cool, man. I just saw a trout. Just saw one. Oh, I thought that was a fish. I thought that was a fish. It's hard enough as it is fishing a clear stream, let alone small. There might not be a large population of trout in here. That's always a possibility. We'll see. We're still gonna give it everything we got. Just found David along the river or along the little creek. He said he wasn't catching anything. He didn't catch anything yet. So unfortunately, this stream looks so, I mean, it looks nearly perfect. Perfect place for wild trout, but maybe it gets hit hard and the trout gets kind of stingy. I'm not sure. What I'm thinking is we're on the upper side of the stream. We might go down to the lower side where the water is a little bit bigger. Up here, it's kind of like the headwaters where the creek starts to flow into throughout the mountain. So the channeling is a little bit smaller up here. If we go downstream, I think that we might get into some bigger water and therefore bigger holes, possibly an area for more trout to hang out. We just got back to the truck, and actually David and I met up with a fly fisherman that was kind of coming down the hill to the spot we were fishing. He asked, "Hey, did you catch anything?" We're like, "No." And he actually was giving us a pointer. I don't know how well the pointer was, but he said dry flies were working. So we might go ahead and switch that up. We got a little case of them for my dad here. And he was using like a brown one, something like that. But we might try to match what he has going on, but we'll see. You want to go up or down, or do you want me to go down first?
No, we can go upstream. I'm just saying that there's a good stretch right here, and the best approach is across the bridge and then back through.
Okay, so go across the bridge, cut down, and fish that.
Put that over there.
Dude, it looks so good. Perfect. Ooh, nice. All right, so we just came down to a second spot. This is the same exact stream, but we just went downriver a little bit farther, hopefully try to get into some bigger water. And sure enough, that's actually what just happened. First thing David went down the stream, he's like, holy crap, this hole's huge. And so maybe we'll get lucky, we'll see. This looks a lot better than the other section. The other section, a little bit harder to fish. Doesn't mean there wasn't fish there. The guy said he caught a good bit, but a little bit better luck here. David's gonna go down below me and fish that little pocket right there. I'm just gonna see if I can work this hole up top. Just had one take, just a little small nip. They're not very big, they're just little minnows or something hidden. Got one. Oh, yes, David, yes.
It's not a brookie, it's like a shiner.
It's a sculpin.
That's a pretty fish.
What kind of species is it in your hand then? Your hand, what? Yo, that is what kind of species? Write down in the comments down below what species of fish that is. We have no idea. Wow. Dude, that's sick.
Yeah. Yep.
Dude, nice. Even though it's small, it's still fun.
Yep.
Good deal.
Pretty fish,
that was a
though.
perfect cast.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, right in the corner. I hope I can catch one right there. Oh, got one. Oh yeah. Holy cow.
What? I on a brown.
Jacked up of all sorts right now, guys. Why? Well, this whole challenge of itself is to catch a trout in a stream you've never fished before, and it's a stream that you really wouldn't typically go to. I mean, it'd be 2 hours away, 3 hours away, and this one's an hour and 40 minutes away, so it's an hour and 30 minutes away. It's pretty far. We fished hard. We probably fished 2 hours so far in this stream. Not many people have, and check this out.
Here we are. I think that's a brookie.
Yeah.
Yep.
We thought it was a brown trout for a second. Now I get a better look at it. It is a brook trout. You can see the white fins on the tails.
It got much better.
Dude, that's what we came here for, guys. That's exactly, and quite frankly, I could end the day right now and I'd be happy. I know David wants to catch one. A little stream like this is a lot of fun, and it's even more fun when you can experiment with people and you're out here catching wild trout that God created. I mean, it's absolutely the most amazing thing. David's going to have a switch over to the little green weenie. Very, very historic fly for our family. Alrighty, so for those of you that are new here, something I like to make sure to include in every episode are a few words of wisdom from the Bible, in hopes of helping you throughout your day or even throughout your upcoming weeks. This week's verse comes from Luke chapter 1 verse 37. It says, "For nothing will be impossible with God." One way that helps remind me of the infinitude of God is seeing the tree's leaves in just a short few weeks change into completely new colors during the fall. I like to think if God specially created something as simple as a leaf with the ability to change colors very quickly, then why set a limit on what He can do in my life in a day, week, month, or even a given year with Him? Well, wrapping up here, guys, wasn't too bad. We're gonna head back to the truck for now. We had fun in this river. We had fun in this little creek system. I think the trout population isn't maybe quite that high. Again, just like any tributary right along the road, you're gonna have people fish it, and I believe, we see tracks along the stream, I believe people fish this, so the pressure's there. David, anything to say?
Nope, but yeah, well, actually I do.
What's that?
I had a good time with my man.
Yeah. Yep. We'll be out here again here in the next couple weeks in Juniata County. We camp there every year, and we have an absolute blast up there in the mountains, and we know the area semi-well, but not that well, so we'll have to do some research. Alright guys, well, we are going to wrap it up. David and I are heading back home. It was overall, it was a fun day. I just want to say a few things about Cumberland County, what we learned, what we can apply for the next time. Sometimes fishing and going to public waterways that everyone fishes isn't necessarily the best decision, even if it's a famous waterway, or even people say there's lots of trout there. There is a good chance you'll run into a lot of people, and those fish will be intensely pressured. This weekend, I decided to change up my pattern, do different research, and we decided, hey, let's go back some streams that are still Class A trout streams, wild trout streams. Pressure, and it just still happens. We found an area that was exactly what we had hoped for, except the reason of catching fish. And we're still learning an area. We caught one nice wild brook trout for coming out here and just catching one fish, and that's our goal, catch one fish and have fun. We definitely did that. David, what would you say, like, what's one thing you took away from fishing at Cumberland County, or at least this stretch?
Took away, we spent some time in the Michaud State Forest, if that's how you say it, which is a beautiful forest. So just appreciating God's creation, and yeah, that's what I'd say I took away. Just really appreciating the public land that we were on and had the opportunity.
And then another thing is, like, if you are, David mentioned this, he's like, hey, if you are in an area where there's bicycles, but prepare to see bicyclists, because they're gonna be out. It's a beautiful day out, and everyone's enjoying the nature. Everyone's trying to have a fun time outdoors, and that's exactly what we did, and that's exactly what they did. And so if you are fishing in a stream near bicyclists, beware that you might have a lot of noise and stuff. Maybe the trout might be a little skittish, but other than that, man, we had an absolute blast. If you guys like this video, and you do want to see more of the all-county tour, please be sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button in the bottom right-hand corner, or even comment different things you want to see, maybe in the next episode. Next episode, we're going to be fishing in Juniata County, so if you're from that area, please be sure to go ahead, maybe message me or follow me on Instagram. All that stuff is down below as well. What flies you like using, and maybe what streams you would recommend. I could always use some tips and tricks, and I know that people I fish with, would also like to have the greatest time they possibly can. And that being said, have a good one, guys.